Welcome to the Entrepreneurial Mindset. I would like to talk about a very typical pitfall of some entrepreneurs, which is the general approach to building an own business. Because what I've seen also, and you can see in the world outside, is that it is very good for entrepreneurs to have some self-efficacy. Means some confidence that they are able to bring the company forward. And we talked about that in our chapters about the entrepreneurial mindset, that you need some experience, and that experience might have been positive, and that helps you for yourself to understand you can do that. On the other hand, if it's going towards the direction of overconfidence, it's the opposite. It's not helpful anymore. This is why we say, well, if self-efficacy is vital for entrepreneurs, overconfidence is detrimental. And I would like to show that in a little more detail to you. First of all, what is self-efficacy? You have the feeling that you can do it, that you can found your company and make it a successful company. So you increase the likelihood of success because of your own entrepreneurial attention, and self-efficacy is part of building your own entrepreneurial attention. On the other side, overconfidence, which is the negative thing, is over-assessing your abilities. Actually wanting to show others that you know how to do that. Just founding a company, and some Silicon Valley guy called it for ego gratification. Showing the world that you're really smart and this is the reason why you're building a company. And this is counterproductive for building a company. And I've seen that when I started my first company, and it was in 1999. And it was an internet company. And actually nobody knew how to do marketing for internet companies. I don't know whether anybody knows by today, well, because it changes so often, but there are more skills than 15 years of experience right now, or more than 15 years of experience. The end of the 90s, nobody really had experience in doing internet marketing. So people made a lot of mistakes, which is okay if you do the mistake only once. But if you hire someone from a marketing department and he tells you, I know exactly how it works, that's overconfidence, because it didn't. And I've seen a couple of people wasting lots of budgets on marketing, and they failed in bringing the company forward because the marketing measures didn't convert and so on. By the way, that's a critical question. Whom do you hire for marketing? And sometimes people say hire experienced marketing people from large companies. I would always say the opposite. Hire people from small companies, hire failed entrepreneurs, because they know what's about to do marketing for small companies. If you hire from a big company, they'll probably tell you they know it and they are not willing to learn enough for small companies. On the other hand, you have to be confident, not overconfident, but confident. You have to think about doing something great, really bringing something new to the world, and by that being able to change the world, which is to some extent the self-efficacy, because this is the positive aspect. And you can read about that all over the news. So if you look into the Forbes magazine, and that was an article by Nathan Furr in 2012, and he said there's a difference between determination and overconfidence. He called it determination. And he said determination is something positive. You'd like to do something, you identify a niche, you identify a risk, but you want to nail it down, you want to bring it forward. On the other hand, overconfidence, and he says this in his article, is about being sure you're right to the point you don't listen, make mistakes that kill you. And if you stop listening, that's the biggest mistake you do. Or put in general, if you stop learning, then you probably run into doing mistakes. And maybe BlackBerry is a good example for that, although you can't analyze that in very detail. But BlackBerry dominated the corporate market. And BlackBerry was awarded one of the fastest growing companies by Fortune magazine. But they fail to see that private consumers are driving a smartphone revolution together with Apple. And they didn't want to know about it. I mean, they were the most successful company in 2009. Why shouldn't they in 2012, 13? And right now, BlackBerry is insignificant all over the world. So in order to overcome that, in order to ask yourself, what can I do to be self-confident on the one hand, but not overconfident on the other hand, never stop learning. Try to learn from others, try to learn from people that failed, and try to be honest to yourself. Try to understand what are your skills and what you're lacking skills. And it's not a bad thing asking other people, because you're not a deep expert in the finance field, for example. That's why you have business angels and others who are helping you. And if you can develop some entrepreneurial passion, in most cases it's not about you then anymore, it's about the company. So it's not about ego gratification, it's about bringing your company forward, and this is the best thing what you can do.